All right, we're just gonna get started. So what's up going whatever now? What's going on, everybody? My name is Tim. I am you're listening or watching the Aviation Business Podcast. Today we're brought to you by Right Rudder Marketing. We are a aviation business marketing agency. We work with flight schools and aviation businesses across the country and also the globe to help grow and scale their businesses. So if you're looking to expand your fleet, buy some new aircraft, enroll more students, get more customers, looking to do some marketing, highly recommend checking out Right Rudder Marketing. Go to rightruddermarketing.com. You can also give us a call, 314-804-1200. Also, if you are part of the industry and you'd like to be on this podcast, make sure you reach out to us. We have an email, info@rightruddermarketing.com. You can also, again, the phone number, 314-804-1200. So today is it's Tuesday, March 10th. So we're ending up Q1. Q1's coming to a close. So we're happy to get our, I think our second or third episode up for the year for 2026. We have a special guest for you today. I actually met this guy, I believe on Twitter. That's not, if I'm not mistaken. So we were kind of following each other, and then he kind of reached out, and and then later discovered that there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with his operations. So I'll let him introduce himself, but today we have Greg from Tailplane. Woo!
Hey Tim, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm Greg. I'm the founder of Tailplane, a software solution for flight schools.
Cool. So tell us, you work with the flight school market, the aviation industry. How did you get started with aviation? What's your story? What made you fall in love with aviation? What made you start wanting to get into software? Give us the rundown.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe a little bit of background. So I was born and raised in Poland. I moved to the UK when I was 19. That's where I spent most of my adult life before eventually making my way to Florida, where I'm based right now in Miami. My background in general is in software. So I've been building software professionally for about 20 years now. I've worked with a pretty range of environments and industries. Think agencies and startups and large enterprises. So essentially, wherever there was some interesting problem to solve, either to fix it or to build from scratch, I would join as a consultant. And then 2019, that's where I decided to get my private pilot license done. It was one of those things that I always wanted to do, just kept putting off. But eventually one day I just went ahead and did it. So that's where everything changed for me, right? So I was in training. I saw how the flight school was being run around me. How they were running the business. All the scheduling, the student records, the payments. It all felt really, really outdated. And I remember thinking, this industry puts people in charge of $500,000 aircraft, but then the software running the operation, it looks like it was built 20 years ago, So that kind of mental gap just stuck with me, that's interesting, like how advanced the aviation is as a discipline, and then how underserved the flight schools are as businesses, and that's the kind of tension that pulled me into this industry, and that's what Tailplane, our platform, is built to address, hopefully.
Yeah. You kind of want to go back to your story here. So back in 2019, you just decided to pull the trigger and go ahead and get your private pilot license. Walk us through that for a little bit. I think a lot of people that might be listening to this, maybe not flight school owners, but some maybe future students, people that are considering becoming a pilot or joining the aviation industry, they might be on the fence. So kind of what was the breaking point that, what made you want to do it? Were you thinking about it for a long time, and then somehow, somewhere, something happened, and you just said, hey, I got to do it right before COVID?
I wish I knew, though. I'm sure we get into this and how actually it changed my life for the better. But yeah. So I've always been interested in aviation. So maybe I didn't grow up like around it that much. But I had friends that were flying gliders. I did a skydiving course. Like in my early 20s. Not the AFF, not the accelerated freefall, but the static line. So
Mm,
it's almost like a military experience.
very cool.
So that was fun, and I kept thinking, about potentially maybe getting a pilot license and trying to do it by myself. And the breaking point was actually a good friend of mine that started his journey in pilot training. So I saw, if he can do it, then surely I can do it as well.
Yeah.
It can't be that hard, and ultimately, it wasn't like it was challenging, but in a good way. But I think it's very easy to start. It's much easier than some people think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's such a great story. I think what you're basically saying is the best way to advertise and, to not really advertise, but to bring more people into aviation is to be the best version of yourself and just to do it. I think really when people can see that their friends, their family, people close to them are able to achieve this, it just kind of spreads organically. And I think for example, for me, it's a little hard for me because no one in my family and friends really was a pilot, and luckily my father and my family they wanted, they were a little interested in it. They got me a discovery flight, and I said, hey, let's just go full force and do it. But I hear this a lot in the industry especially talking to schools, talking to other students and other pilots. A lot of times it was a friend or family that just got they've been exposed to it, and they said, hey, I can do it myself. So be the best version of yourself. Go ahead and start training. Do the best job you can, and set an example for your friends, and then they'll follow if it's right for them. So, cool. You mentioned that. So Tailplane. So the whole thing that it's behind you is a new company called Tailplane. So it's a little new to me. I've been in the industry like as far as doing the marketing stuff for about almost like 3-4 years, almost 5 years. Um, and obviously there's the big behemoths out there, the big software companies that kind of have some place of dominance in the market. But there's a lot of other different software varieties out there, and this is actually not the first software company that's been on this podcast. So we had a few other ones in the past. We were scheduled, this was about 2 years ago. Yes, we were scheduled to have Flight Schedule Pro on here a while ago, but never came to fruition. So um tell us a little bit about Tailplane, what makes it special, what makes it different than the other ones out there. So, and why should people choose to move their operations with Tailplane?
Yeah, absolutely. So at its core, Tailplane, it's operations platform for flight schools, right? So think scheduling, the fleet management, the maintenance tracking, the student management, safety and compliance, payments, billing, all of this in one place. And then we also have a student portal, which is like a separate experience where students can book their flights on their own. They can track their own progress and interact with the platform themselves. And maybe to give you a bit more context about like where we are, we're actually in the middle of a pretty significant relaunch right now. This should be live in a couple of weeks, because basically the scheduling foundation has been there for a while, but now we are bringing all of this together properly for the first time. Because basically, in terms of like our history, Tailplane was created and I built it originally in 2020, right? So as COVID hit, I was still in the middle of my PPL training, and as you remember, everyone suddenly went contactless payments. Don't touch my credit card and so on, right? So I saw that and thought maybe there is something in there, and thinking also about how the flight school was run as a business in general and all the challenges. When I'm a software developer, by trade, so when I see a business that types in data in an Excel spreadsheet, my brain starts working and thinking, no, surely there is a better way, and if not, then I can make it better. So that's how it started, the payments platform. But then we talked to some customers, to some potential customers. Turns out that flight schools use so many tools already. Like they don't want another point solution. They don't want a solution that does tiny little thing, because they already have 10 different subscriptions. So the thing that we were hearing over and over again is they need a more coherent platform, all in one, so they can actually replace the tools that they've been using that don't really maybe play with each other that well, with something that's built for purpose and built specifically for them. And I'm mentioning this because it kind of reflects how Tailplane was built, incrementally. Like we didn't start as this big all-in-one platform. It's all based on the conversations that we have with flight schools, with the customers. Every module basically that we build exists because someone told us that that's something that they need. Like we started with payments, then scheduling, and now this relaunch will bring the full operational layer, together for the first time properly. The maintenance, the student tracking, the SMS, safety, building, all properly connected. And I think that's really the point of Tailplane and our platform. Not to just be the best scheduling tool or the best maintenance tracker, like in isolation. Like we want to be the place where your operation lives. Everything will talk to each other. When you create a squawk, this will automatically block an aircraft from being booked. When a student medical expires, this will show up before you dispatch them for a lesson. Like we want you to stop fighting the software you may be using and start focusing on running your flight school as a business.
It's a lot of stuff there. So there's obviously multiple layers within operational software. So running a flight school, I think at the core, scheduling is probably probably the main one. But yeah, there's a lot of different components. Payments is a fun one to talk about. So payments, a lot of people either have to use what's built in the platform itself. I've also flown at different schools where they had QuickBooks, so they had their own scheduling software. Then they had QuickBooks, and then they had two different things. So they're billing one way, then they're doing this another way. I had another one that's like they were using Flight Scheduler Pro. Then they used Total or MyFBO or something like that. It's another software out there to do like their maintenance / billing and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit about so one of the biggest challenges of a flight school is obviously margins and profit. So a lot of the stuff regarding billing, credit card fees, transaction fees are a fun topic. I mean, I don't know. I'm not too much of a fintech guy. I process credit cards and ACH and all that stuff as well. I have a decent rate. I mean, I got it to go down around like 2.6, 2.7%. I had to negotiate the hell out of that though. So tell us a little bit about how the billing and payments platform works in Tailplane.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we offer, we look at this like from two different perspectives. So one is the actual online payments and facilitating the payments, and separately is a layer of think QuickBooks, making sure that you collect all of the transaction data, no matter how you make or how you collect the payments, right? So in terms of the online payments, we work with Stripe. That's a big provider in their space. I believe their charge is 2.9% by default for cards not present. So like if you type in the card number into the system, and a bit lower if the card is present, where you can actually tap the card. Actually, our mobile app soon it will support tap to pay, so you will be able to accept the payment, on most Android and iPhones from students, right? So the instructor, they finish the lesson, we can bill you automatically. No, you can tap to pay for the lesson if you don't have the credit card on file already.
Cool.
Or you can as a student you can add your credit card, that gets filed, and then the flight school can generate an invoice and bill you using the card details for that. So that's one side, and the other side is because not every flight school will want to maybe connect their Stripe. Maybe they already have a better relationship with the payments provider. I had a conversation recently with a school that migrated to Square. I know that's a pretty popular solution. So what we let you do, you can actually record the payments that you made outside of the system. So right, so you still have a single system of records, so you can see the review, you can still see the invoices attached to bookings, attached to students. You can see students' balance. In the near future, the students will be able to prepay for blocks of hours. That a lot of flight schools use that model where they offer a discount where you can purchase, say 10, 20 hours, at a discount. So you will be able to track this and connect this to bookings as well. So we're thinking about this, as a whole, not just being a payment facilitator.
Yeah, I just bring up the payment stuff because I know that's one aspect of it. Some schools, I mean, we're on tight margins here, so and if we can get 1% off on payment processing, that's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially. In a flight school. So we have some requests here. So obviously I think we kind of talked this a little bit before, but we're talking, a lot of the stuff is in the air. We're just saying, we're giving concepts about what the software, what it does. I think it'd be really cool if we can maybe do a quick demo or maybe a tutorial and kind of show us a little bit about what you got going on. And maybe so sometimes words doesn't really sell it, but maybe showing it, it's like I can talk about Ferrari all day, but until I get in the car and drive it away, I don't know about it. So
yeah, we would definitely prefer that than just talking.
yeah, sure. Yeah. On the bottom over there's a button similar to Google Meet. There's a button with I believe a box with an arrow. Just click that,
yes.
and then you should be able to share your window, tab, screen, whatever you like.
Let me know if you can load this time. Let me know when you can sit.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I can show a few more interesting screens, maybe things that we do a bit differently, maybe from other platforms. Sure. So here I'm logged in. It's a demo account as an instructor. So we imagine that this is one of the most important screens that an instructor may see. So they come in, they log in, and they can see their day, right? So today is March the 10th. As an instructor, I can immediately see the timeline and how my day looks like and how many bookings I have, and with whom. And I can create a booking quickly from here as well. You can click into a booking, which gives you more details about this with the times. We can see that this is a confirmed booking, so we have a concept of pending bookings, and you can set this up however your organization works. So maybe you require the instructors or someone at the flight school to confirm a booking. So you don't get a student that will make a booking, half an hour in advance, and there's no instructor to actually go. Or maybe you accept all of the bookings. You can configure it any way you want. We want the tool to work the way that your flight school works, and not the other way, not the other way around. So we can see the student. We can click into the student. I'll show that in a bit, or we can click into a resource, the aircraft. You can see where this is, and you can see the activity. So basically, if a student is enrolled in a training program, and you can define your own training programs, right? So if you're a part 141, if you have your own training course outline that has been FAA approved, you can input this in Tailplane, and then you can connect individual bookings to the activities from the training. And then after the lesson, you can mark it either as a completed or incomplete, or maybe failed. So you have a full audit history of everything that happened. We can also see some notes. So that's both visible for you as an instructor at the flight school, but also for a student. But also we have a concept of internal notes. So these are private only to you. Maybe you made some notes about the student, but you don't really want to show it to them.
Like, yeah, this student's a butthole. I don't like him. He's really mean.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that to be displayed for them.
It's like he can't do a turnaround point. He's failed 5 times. Sorry.
Yeah. So if that happens, you will be able to see that under your profile very, very easily. Another screen that's probably the most important one for flight schools in general. That's a schedule view, right? And we've spent so much time on this screen because we know how much how important this is. And we made it so that you can configure it any way you want, so it fits the way that you want. So, for instance, we have several views. This is a timeline view. That's what we call a timeline view. So you have a vertical list of your resources. So you have the aircraft, the simulators, the instructors. Also, you can enable showing facilities and equipment. So this is tracked. Excuse me. Oh, okay. This is tracked separately. So you can define things like briefing rooms or equipment. We have Foggles here. We have 8 headsets. So this is tracked in a bit different way, because with the instructor or aircraft, you can only book it once at a time, right? But if we have 8 headsets, then you can book. Say we book 2 headsets for this flight, but the system will know that you still have 6 headsets that you can still use. And then you get the bookings that are on this timeline view. You can hover. You can quickly see the details again. You can click through to see the student profile. You can see the aircraft profile, or view booking. See the whole booking. But we also have a vertical view. So maybe this is something that you're used to, right? So this is more like a vertical timeline, and the resources are displayed horizontally. Usually just a matter of preference. What works for you. And we also have a grid, which is basically a table, so you can easily see all the bookings at a glance. And then if we go back to the timeline, also you can see like this screen is quite small, like you can't see that many details. So maybe we want to collapse the filters on the left, so they disappear. You have more space here. We can make this full screen, and we can even make this more compact, right? So everything collapses. So you have a much better overview. Maybe there's a lot of resources that you work with. You can see all of this here as well. So let's undo this. If you take a look at the filters here, for instance, so we have the calendar, so you can quickly toggle, see what's going on in the future or in the past. We have locations. So in this account, we have a flight school that's at 3 different locations. And as you can see, we have a weather integration, right? So immediately I can see what the conditions are at each of the locations. So I can hover, and I can see that these matter, when it was Yeah, it's really useful. And one thing that I don't think anyone, or at least not many other providers do, we also have tough integration, right? So not just Matter, which you can read here. We also have tough. So on the timeline view, you can see the green line here. It means that the tough conditions predicted are VFR. So I think this is really powerful because you can look at the whole day and you can see maybe at 3 p.m. The conditions will become marginal. So I may have to reshuffle some of the bookings here, right? And you can do this very, very easily because basically you can just drag and drop the bookings, and they will update here for you automatically. Or maybe we can resize a booking like this. Booking updated automatically. Both the student and the instructor, they will receive the notification email with the new booking details. So if you're operations manager, at a flight school, and you're looking at a day, you know that you may need to reshuffle some of those things. You can do this very, very quickly and easy here. Obviously, things like aircraft filters, instructor filters, that works any way that you would expect it to work as well. You can click into a booking, right? So you can either click into it or click view booking, and that shows you the whole panel with booking details. So this is very similar to what we saw on the My Day page for the instructor. The difference, you can easily go into edit. You can edit this booking. You can cancel the booking, or you can click into any of the resources, or see the history, right? So normally when you create a booking, you will see the full audit history of what was done, what was changed. So for instance, if we go here, we update, we should be able to see, like I changed the start time and the end time. You have a full.
Are you able to look at, let's say, the student and see like what flights they've done in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let's go. So you can either do this from here. You can just click into the student. This will take you to the student profile. Or if you go to the students tab, and also this kind of shows how much we allow you to customize the platform. Because, for instance, some of the customers we work with, they don't call students, right? They are a cadet organization.
Cadets. Okay. Yeah.
So you may want to change this. I want to call my customers as cadets or customers or members. It all adapts to however you work and what kind of terminology you use. So you go into the student. Yeah.
Can you go back to that dashboard again one more time? So what we got looking over here? We got active students, bookings. Scroll down a little bit. Planned bookings looks like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is like an overview of your school, at a glance, basic information. So again, like this is a lot of this is still work in progress. We'll be launching this in the next couple of weeks, so subject to change, and we have quite a lot of plans around dashboards and reports. Cool. Specifically.
For the students, I was kind of bringing up the students because I want to see the previous history. The reason why is like some of these scheduling softwares, they integrate with, let's say, a syllabus, whether it's like King Schools or Gleim or, I don't know, Sporties. They usually have some type of syllabus that's, let's say you're doing your private pilot. You have lesson 1 would be X, I don't know, turns around a point. Lessons 2 would be S turns or something. Is that a feature that's built into here yet, or is that something that's pending? Or...
Yeah. Okay. So let me show you. So for instance, let's uncheck this. So let's say we want to create a new booking, and you can click create booking, or you can just drag and drop very, very easily. So if you search for a student, let's say we select amber color, right? That enables this field called activity. So what you can do, we know that amber is enrolled into instrument rating training course.
Okay.
So we have a full outline of this course. So you can see all of the lessons that Amber has already completed. Maybe some of them would be marked as incomplete or failed. This would show up here as well. And then usually, like if you do this linearly, you would probably want to do the next lesson. So we also show you the next up, which is the next couple of lessons that haven't been completed yet. If she had any failed lessons, they would show up here as well. You know that you want to redo the lesson or you want to finish a particular lesson. So this is one part of this. And then separately, when we go to students, we can go into Amber as well. You have a list of all of the courses that she is or she was enrolled previously. So in this case, we can see that she was doing PPL and she's completed this course. And currently she's doing instrument rating and she's 50% throughout this course. So if we go to progress, or we can click on one of these buttons, it opens the progress view for the student for the particular course, right? So we have the airplane, we could see the PPL and how that worked. So you have the completion percentage, how many modules. So the course is split into modules or stages, and then each module has multiple lessons or activities. So we can see that she completed the first module. She started the second, but hasn't started the third one. We can see the completion over time. I think this is very, very useful because you can see whether a student is making progress at a rate that's decent enough. That's a big problem. I know from talking to flight schools that you have students that will slip and disappear. And if you have someone doing PPL and they've been doing this for 14 months, there's a high chance that they will disappear completely, right? Compared to someone that may be coming twice a week, every single week, consistently. And similar view here, we have bookings, on a weekly basis. So in this example, we can see that she was doing lessons every single week, and now she's doing them every few weeks. It shows you maybe you have to ask. Maybe she's got some other personal commitments. That something may be going on that may be impeding her from completing the course at a reasonable rate. Similarly, we track the total hours for the course. So as long as you attach an activity to a booking, all of this data will appear here automatically.
It's pretty clean, honestly. It's one of the cleaner ones I've seen. So good job.
yeah,
that's really good. I didn't expect it to be this clean. Okay, so we have some questions here. Let's just kind of go over some. So let's start off with the lessons. I'm assuming it's customizable. You can change like the lessons and all this stuff. Like, so if I have a custom syllabus, I want XYZ, I can change that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we call them training programs. Yeah. So you can define your own training programs. Currently, we allow you to define the structure, right? So the modules and the individual activities. Something that's coming a bit later this year, and we've been working on this, is what we call the course marketplace. Basically, we've started working with a few ground instructors. They will be creating a bespoke courseware just for us. So you can imagine, like as a flight school, if there is a courseware that fits your needs, you can select the license for that, and then your students will be able to purchase the license to view the content.
Online ground school thing. Okay.
Yeah, and at the same time, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the courses a little bit more. So this one was asked by Adam here. So are the lessons available offline? So what he's trying to refer to here is, let's say I'm the CFI. So IP was instructor pilot. So if I'm the CFI, I'm flying with my good buddy Greg, and let's say we're doing the instrument rating and we're doing what do you call unusual attitudes, right? So am I able to pull this up on my iPad and kind of like go off a checklist of like, did he perform well on this lesson, or is it more I have to do this on the debrief and like load it up later? So you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So you can do it both ways. So either you can do this, on the web platform that I've been showing you, but also we are now launching the universal mobile app. So basically, there will be a single Tailplane mobile app, both for Android and iOS devices, that you will be able to use both as a student and as an instructor. And if you're an instructor, the views and actions that you will have access to will be a bit different, of course. And yeah, so like the offline support is really, really important here, especially with the course marketplace, because the way it's structured, you have you can create a whole relationship of activities and dependencies between them. So for instance, you won't be able to start some lesson before you finish another lesson, or before you had a stage check from another module. So the instructors have to be able to mark the different stages, different lessons and activities as complete, and that will be part of the mobile app as well.
I guess so. I'm also a software engineer myself. I kind of want to get into some technical details. I don't know if the people are going to appreciate that, but let's talk a little bit about. So I'm the marketing guy, and what we use right now is a CRM. So CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management Software. Basically, we use it to track leads. We do automated emails, text messages, newsletters, automations. Where if someone is a certain stage of the sales cycle, we send them X amount of messages or this type of messaging. I don't know if you're building that CRM inside this eventually, or one of the bigger ones is actually having API access. So how well do you integrate with other platforms? So we mentioned QuickBooks earlier, but what about like HubSpot, Salesforce, other tools that have API to. So for example, let's just break it down a little bit more. So someone fills out a form on my website. They're a lead, they're a student, right? They're not a student yet. I nurture them. I go through the sales process with this person. Okay, hey, this person wants to enroll. So I already have all this details on this person, their notes, their whatever, their hobbies, I guess. I already have a lot of information, like their phone number and all that stuff on this person. Ideally, what I'd like to do would be able to push that data to your scheduling software. That way, you guys can have it right away, and then you load up as a new student. Is there that functionality built in, or is that something that you're considering in the future?
Yeah, yes to both in general. Yeah. So in terms of bringing the data over, like this is something that we've worked quite a lot on. We have the import data feature. So this is all actually AI based. So basically, you can throw any kind of format, PDF, Excel, CSV, text files into it, and it will figure out the right column names. It will try to match everything, so you don't have to fill in a prepared template just to be able to import the data from a different system. And separately, yeah, so we're thinking about the CRM features and marketing features in general. It kind of ties nicely into what I've talked about at the beginning, that we want to be a single platform where you can see, you can run all of your operations on, right? You shouldn't need to have to use HubSpot or Salesforce. You shouldn't need to use Squarespace for your website and so on. It's not yet ready to maybe demo it here, but we are working on a website builder. So basically, we'll provide you with nicely designed templates, so you can fill in some of the details about your flight school and publish a very nicely looking websites without spending a ton of it. I know I may be kind of encroaching on your business, Tim. But yeah. So especially some of flight schools, how tight the margins are. Maybe you don't want to spend whatever on a completely bespoke website. Then you can use our website builder, and one of the benefits of this is that we already have all the data, right? So like we go to simulators and aircraft, we already know what your fleet is, right? So when it comes to pre-populating the fleet page on the website, you shouldn't have to type the same thing over and over again. Like if we click into an aircraft, we have all the details here. When you fill in the specs and equipment, when you can add the pictures, it will all appear on the website automatically. The same thing with the online payments that we discussed. Maybe you will want to be able to add a form to purchase the trial lesson. Straight from your website. This will integrate automatically with the bookings. It may offer the next available booking to someone. So it will all come integrated. And the second thing that you mentioned, integrating with other tools. So we are working on quite a few integrations. I know we talked, Tim, about potential CRM integrations. So I think there's something there. We have our own API that will be making available, which you can use to extract data, from Tailplane that you can put into Tailplane into other tools if needed. But also we'll have integrations, with
is it one
maintenance.
way
Yeah.
or is it dual way? So, for example, I'm not going to put any names out there, but we have some software platforms in the market where we can pull data, but we can't push data.
No. So in general, the idea is that the data is yours. Like we don't want to keep you hostage and your data hostage. So you can import the data very, very easily. But at any point, you can export your data and you get access to it as well. So we try to facilitate the integration both ways.
Okay. So okay, cool. For maintenance stuff like that. So you mentioned putting stuff on squawks and things like that. I guess are you tracking? You're not taking over MRO stuff too, are you? Or I don't know. The reason why I didn't get into software for scheduling is because the deeper the rabbit hole goes, it's deeper. The rabbit hole goes deeper the more you get into it. So I was like, okay.
It does. It does indeed. Yeah. So I don't want to promise things that we won't deliver at a short enough timeline. But in general, the way we think about this industry, and I don't just mean flight training, but the aviation in general. I think the future is tools that connect the data between different organizations. So on our roadmap, in our plans, yes. So we imagine that you may be a flight school, and you're outsourcing the maintenance to a separate MRO organization, right, or CAMO. And if they are on Tailplane, and we have the MRO modules and maintenance modules for them, then there is no reason why this data wouldn't be able to talk to each other, right? They should have access. You should be able to share your fleet with them. Say that this tail number you want to put it into maintenance. You should be able to share this profile with them. Then as their work progresses, you should have visibility which work items or are being worked on, which work orders are being worked on. This should all be being shared automatically. You shouldn't have to send Excel spreadsheets, over email. It's no, it's not a trivial thing to build. Obviously, like you said, there's a lot of complexity, and the rabbit hole is really, really deep. MRO is a whole different industry where you have specific players. We are looking at integrating currently with Varion, for instance, with flight dogs. So at the very basic level, it will affect your airplane records. You will be able to put an aircraft out of service automatically based on the data from different systems. In the future, I imagine that other system will also be Tailplane, which I think would be beneficial to you. In the meantime, we have some maintenance features that we're now launching. So you can see the meters. So on this aircraft, we defined two different meters, and you can update the readings. The meters are really anything that you want them to be. Like, we build this in a very flexible way. So here we have just decimal numbers. But if you go to settings and aircraft, for instance, I can create a custom meter. So it's either counter or it's hours and minutes, because sometimes you want to track like this. You can specify a custom unit. So maybe you want to track the cycles or number of landings. So you will be able to define that and attach to an aircraft, and then you can track that meter. Separately, there is also squawks and defects. So in here we can see, there's two open squawks. If it's a deferred one, you can see the details, why it was deferred, or you can click into it. You can see, who reported the defect, when it was reported, what's the defect type or category, with the description and actions taken, if any, and you can attach photos or any kind of documents as well.
Cool. So we are kind of running low on time. So we are running out. We're almost at the top of the hour here. So I do want to kind of get some conclusion stuff going. Really quick. So two things. Pricing and onboarding. So walk us through how much it costs, and also if we choose to do it, if we choose to work with Tailplane, if I'm a flight school, what's the onboarding process look like?
So if you go to tailplane.com right now, you will be able to create an account, in a few seconds, and you can start playing around with it and setting up your school. We are very hands-on with the onboarding. If you want, you can reach out to me directly, greg@tailplane.com, and that's my email address. I will be happy to jump on a call and show you what we've been building. So what I've just demoed, that's coming in the next couple of weeks, but I will be more than happy to show it to you and maybe discuss how we can help your organization, and if it's a good fit, and also we're very, very open to your feedback and hearing about your specific needs. Your team mentioned some integrations, for instance. I mentioned Varion. So for instance, the Varion integration, that's something that has come from a conversation with a customer that said, we were using this unnamed market leader platform. We were very unhappy with it. So we basically ripped everything apart. We moved maintenance to Varion. We moved, inventory management to NetSuite. We moved payments to Square, and we're looking for the scheduling solution. And you guys, are the best. But we wanted this integration. So that's something that we are building for them right now. So we are very open to this. We want to talk to you, and we want to understand your business and how we can help you.
Sure. Back to the napkin numbers for pricing. So for example, some platforms are charged by a number of planes, some platforms charged by a number of users, some do a flat rate, some do it by module. Is there, because it's a big ask to switch over softwares. And as a bonus question, because we are running out of time here, is dark mode available?
It is indeed. So actually, maybe I can quickly share and show you. I think this is really, really cool. Select. So, like we want the platform to work great both for whatever kind of technical level you're at. So you can click through, with your mouse and everything. But also we have a lot of keyboard shortcuts. So if you press Command K or Control K here, we show you this panel. So you can, for instance, quickly navigate to other aircraft. And you asked about the dark mode. You can switch to dark mode as well.
Oh, look at that! Wow.
Yeah, so
If
you like to work, at night, some night ops, we support this as well.
Cool.
Yeah, and so you asked about the pricing. So the way we set this up is that we don't lock any kind of functionality behind subscription plans. So we have three basic plans, and they start just above $100 a month. That's up to 5 aircraft and one location. If you have up to 15 aircraft, that's around 250 a month. That allows you to create up to 2 locations. The highest plan that we have is $449. No, that's on a monthly basis. And above that, if you have any custom requirements, you have more than 30 aircraft in your fleet, we'll talk to you and we'll come up with pricing that works for you.
Cool. Wow. That was a full hour. Holy shit. Long demo. That was pretty cool, man. Honestly, so you're not the first flight schedule software that's been on the podcast, but I definitely was very impressed. I think it's a very clean platform. I like the setup. Just out of curiosity, I don't know if you want to share with me, but I'm a programmer myself. I like programming in Rails. But also we did some stuff on Node.js and stuff like that. Curious what your stack is. Are you using Laravel, using a full stack thing, or using something different?
No. So yeah. Yeah, happy to share. It's not a trade secret. Like on the back end, we use Laravel. Laravel is awesome. It's a modern way to build apps. It's very similar to Rails in that way. On the front end, we use React exclusively. So this is a single page application, SPA. So it's very
React Native for the mobile phone, I'm assuming.
And for the mobile phone, we do use React Native and Expo, which also makes it easier to push the updates to the app and keep it up to date.
So you basically have an exposed API endpoint on your PHP Laravel backend that goes to the React front end.
Correct. Yeah. So we have 2 sets of endpoints. So one is the private endpoints that our applications use. So the web application that you just saw. We have a separate application, the web application for the students as well. No, we didn't have time to demo that, which is much more which is a kind of B2C experience, right? It's less control panels, bigger buttons, nicer colors, much more user friendly in this way. But then separately, we do have a public API, right? So if you want to integrate with something else, you have access to this data as well. We are working on an MCP server. If you're into this, with your AI agent.
AI was just going over here. A model context protocol for those people that are not aware. Wow, I'm actually impressed based on your stack and also the way it's laid out. I can tell just because I also code that a lot of the design features are kind of there's something about modern design with software. It's it's kind of similar with Tailwind and things like that, and what do you call it? Shad CN or something. They always have the same kind of icons and everything. I'm like, oh, you kind of see it, but no, it's really slick. I really think it's a really slick app that you got going. I don't have any schools that work with it right now, but if you have one of our flight school partners, we'd love to collaborate and get it going. So we're going to end here. Do you have any last call to actions before I end the podcast, Greg?
No. So just if you're curious, if what we've talked about resonated with you, you can go to tailplane.com. One word like that part of the aircraft, or email me directly, Greg at tailplane.com. I will be more than happy to talk to you.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate your time, Greg. Thank you for showing us Tailplane. It looks like a really awesome software that's coming out. We like to always be in the up and ready. So Red Rudder Marketing tries to know what's, we like to be in the know. So I hope that you're able to scale this up and get a lot of flight schools and help a lot of flight schools, because the reason we get into business is to, you know, obviously there's money aspect of it, but really it's to impact, to have a great impact, and to have a great impact on our customers' life. Whether that's flight schools, whether that's student pilots, whether that's fellow colleagues, we hope to get in business to impact their lives. So, I think that you're doing a really great thing here. So, we're gonna end the podcast here. If you are a flight school or an aviation business, looking to grow your school, hit up Right Rudder Marketing, rightruddermarketing.com. You can also give us a call, 314-804-1200, or info@rightruddermarketing.com. Or if you are a, I don't know, flight school, or let's say an aviation business, then you want to kind of get on the podcast, feel free to use those same channels. We'll gladly have you on the show. And yeah, until next time, this is the Aviation Business Podcast by Red Rudder Marketing. See you guys next time.